It's a great Tuesday night for baseball in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Tonight, we see the Samford Bulldogs make the trip from Homewood to take on one of the hottest teams in all of college baseball, the 8th-ranked Alabama Crimson Tide at Sewell Thomas Stadium. Now we're glad to welcome you inside the broadcast booth. Roger Hoover alongside former Crimson Tide player and coach David Kindred. And David, Alabama really rolling right now, especially after that series win against Oklahoma.
Yeah, the Tide has turned the volume up to 11. They've been getting it done in a lot of different ways. Electric play on the mound and in the field and at the plate.
Two guys at the top of the order really carrying this team offensively, Bryce Fowler and Brady Neal. What a difference it has been for those guys to heat up in SEC play.
It was a struggle after the first weekend, but Bryce Fowler and Brady Neal have turned it on. Sweeps against Florida and then Auburn and then going on the road, and you can see these guys are really swinging the bat well for the Tide.
Combining for 59 runs batted in, and they're also flashing the leather as well in center field and in right.
Yeah, it's one thing to play good defense, but stealing some runs and stealing some hits, and you see it right there in game one, Brady Neal stealing one against Oklahoma.
Numbers certainly impressive for Neal, hitting a team best .367 right behind Bryce Fowler. The power is there as well.
Yeah, slugging it at an elite clip. Brady Neal and Bryce Fowler in game one for Bryce Fowler, 2 home runs in his first 2 at bat. So both of these guys swinging a really hot bat.
So as a result, the Crimson Tide really climbing up the rankings, having won 8 of their last 9 SEC games for a team that maybe was overlooked earlier this season.
Look at that. I mean, March 23rd, after the sweep of going on the road and getting swept by Kentucky and then turning around, sweeping at the time the 10th-ranked Florida Gators and then sweeping the Auburn Tigers and then going on the road. It's going really well for the Alabama Crimson Tide at this point.
Now for a second time this season, it's the Alabama Crimson Tide against the Samford Bulldogs with JT Blackwood on the mound. And away we go. Swing and a miss by Jeffrey Ince, the DH for the Bulldogs. As Blackwood is on the hill for what'll be his 5th start of the season. Reliable midweek starter for the Crimson Tide, can also factor into the weekends on SEC play as we continue going throughout this season.
Yeah, JT Blackwood using a lot of different scenarios, but one of his best outings was against Samford on February 17th, going 6 innings, not allowing any runs.
Strikes out Ince to begin this game.
Good start for JT Blackwood. We didn't have time to get going with it, but it's a fastball, 90-92, slider and changeup.
Strikeout of Ince to begin this game. Blackwood eventually in that start against the Bulldogs, only 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, very economical as he went through that start. Jolie Griffin Field. Now Jake Sauter is next to the plate with 7 home runs on the season. Serious power for this Samford team as they come to Tuscaloosa tonight.
Samford, a team, like you said, Roger, want to get their runs in bunches. They're not here to play small ball, move a runner over, steal a bag. They're trying to be offensive and get a lot of crooked numbers on the board early.
Lifted high down the right field line. Brady Neal giving chase into foul territory as it'll bounce onto the berm. Long, loud strike 2 for Jake Souders, who Coach Tony David said has just hit everything hard all year. Rarely is the exit speed on his contact under 108 miles per hour each and every time he swings the bat.
Yeah, you can see batting .404 in SoCon ranks and getting it done with a lot of runs. So he's on base a good bit and he got a lot of help that we'll talk about here in a couple of bats.
Blackwood once again in front 0-2. Souders staying alive. Three scoreless innings for Blackwood. His last start last Tuesday at Jacksonville State. Line to right field. Neal makes the adjustment, has to play it on a bounce. Souders with a single, and he's aboard with 1 out for the Bulldogs.
Probably not 100 exit velocity on that one, but you find a way to get on base. Brady Neal, not a great break, playing a little deep. Wind's blowing out to right field tonight.
Cade Carr, the second baseman. First pitch curve misses inside for a ball.
Jake Souders, 11 of 13 in the stolen bases category. Really the only threat in this lineup right now for Samford.
Runner goes. Swing and a miss for a strike. Lim will not get a chance to throw to second base. Souders with his 12th stolen bag of the year.
Well, like a righty on righty changeup right there. Did get the swinging miss, but a good pitch to run on, and Samford finding a way to get in scoring position here in the first.
Smacked in the air to right field where the wind is blowing out today. A few steps in for Neal. Makes the grab, and Souders will stay put at second base. 2 gone.
Roger, you touched on it. Last start for JT Blackwood against Jacksonville State, a team that's been ranked inside the top 30 in the RPI. Gingerly used only 3 innings, only 50 pitches, but it was a really good outing. Didn't allow any runs, 2 strikeouts. So it'll be interesting to see how many innings JT Blackwood goes, but you know, this is probably a day for both sides to see multiple arms at some point.
Try and slow down Trey Higgins next to the plate for the Bulldogs. High and tight fastball for ball 1. Higgins hitting .315, 7 homers along with 23 runs driven in. Another one of the power bats in the middle of the order for Coach David.
And that's how you combat on a very aggressive team in Samford, where they really want to get offensive. They want to run the ball out of the yard. They play at Joe Lee Griffin Stadium. Very short porch. That's what you do. You hammer a changeup down and away.
Slider in there for a strike, 2-2.
We talked about 2 of the outfielders for Alabama, Bryce Fowler and Brady Neal, but it's really been this last stretch going into SEC. Combined ERA for this staff at 3.84, tops in the SEC at 4.
2-2, runner goes. Lifted high to left field, Chase Kroberger. Second start of the season, he'll give way to Justin LeBron. The shortstop goes back, he makes the play himself, and the inning is over.
Wow, I mean, cover some ground going deep into left field and had to look over, making sure he didn't run into Kroberger, but a great play to keep the score where it is and flash the leather.
Well, Andre on the mound for the Samford Bulldogs, as we'll likely see a lot of Bulldogs coming up on the mound this evening against the Alabama Crimson Tide. But the first one out is Will Andre, who has been effective at times this season for Samford.
Yeah, the Hoover, Alabama native getting his second start of the season. Started last Tuesday against West Florida, went 3 innings. Really strong start, and Coach David wanted to give him the nod again. It's going to be a fastball, changeup, curveball, but like Roger said, want to have a good, strong start to the first inning, but probably handing it off to another guy. So it's, you would expect probably to see max effort going into the first.
Especially against this Crimson Tide lineup that begins with Bryce Fowler, who has been red hot at the plate. Multi-hit games left and right for Fowler. He, along with Brady Neal, right around Justin LeBron, who just made a dazzling play defensively for the Crimson Tide. Only a matter of time before he really heats up with the bat as well.
And that's interesting. I mean, you got to bring everything to the field. Sometimes your bat's not always going to bring it. Justin LeBron's found different ways to impact the game. You saw it defensively right there with a nice over-the-shoulder catch. But also, when he's getting on base, he's finding a way to move to the extra bag.
It all starts with Bryce Fowler. Got the series started against Oklahoma in such a great way on Thursday night, seeing the very first pitch and smacking it right over the left field wall. Alabama never looked back in that ball game.
I mean, talk about first pitch home run and his second at bat home run. You got to feel pretty good about the weekend after you do that.
Andre to Fowler. Took a mighty cut of that fastball from Will Andre.
I was trying to repeat that one again.
To 5 homers now after he went 7 for 14 with a 2-homer series in that 2-homer game on Thursday night in Norman. Lifts it high to left field here. Higgins drifting back all the way to the wall, and that's a base hit for Bryce Fowler. He'll stop at second with a leadoff double.
How about continue the hot hitting? Bryce Fowler looked like a fastball up in the zone, just inches away from connecting for another home run, but getting the Tide going again like he's done in that leadoff spot.
28 games in a row, Bryce Fowler's been on base for Alabama. In scoring position to begin this Crimson Tide bottom of the first, and the turnaround first 2 weeks of the season and where we are now, remarkable.
Whew, man, that is, and let's take a second to break that down. First 14 games in non-conference, the last 18 games, the majority of those in SEC play, raising your game against some very good competition.
Now he's ready to go for Justin LeBron. Rolled into left field, base hit. Fowler will stop at third base as Higgins gets the throw back to the infield. LeBron with a single, men on the corners, nobody out for Alabama.
You know, that feels really good. Just Justin LeBron, we talked about it, bringing his glove and his wheels to the table, but getting that bat back on track. And when you do it the first at bat, it usually loosens up the nerves. And hopefully for Justin LeBron, got a slider up in the zone. And that's the thing with Bryce Fowler and Brady Neal. You don't have to feel like you have to carry the team, even though these guys have bookended you and carried the note. It's just a matter of time, Roger, before he gets really hot.
Brady Neal next up. LeBron running on the pitch that's fouled away.
Just waste no time. Justin LeBron was off for second. He was going to stand up on that one.
5 hits for Brady Neal against Oklahoma, including a 4-hit game in a Thursday night ball game. We had a triple, a double, a single. Really, the triple, a lot of us thought should have been a home run. Looked like it went just above the yellow line on the batter's eye at Kimberly Family Stadium. The 0-1. LeBron running as Neal is hit in the back. Bases loaded.
Tough start for Will Andre. Try to get a fastball inside, and just Brady Neal wears it on the middle of the 1-0 on his jersey. And Alabama threatening here with the bases loaded.
Good opportunity for Jason Torres. Cleanup batter throughout majority of the season. The everyday starter at third for the Crimson Tide. 375 hitter with the bases loaded this year. Andre works in a slider for a strike.
You can see right there, Jason Torres, 265 with runners in scoring position. He's really raised his game with guys at second and third, and has done that through SEC play.
Slider missed the hands to even the count.
Against SEC ranks, Alabama is really only batting .264, but they're making it happen when guys are in scoring position. And it's starting with Jason Torres with a first opportunity here in the first.
Good eye, 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, if you're Andre, you just got to find a way to get a fastball down in the zone, ground ball, getting out somewhere, maybe a double play.
Back to the fastball. The count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
It's a lively fastball for Andre. Again, we talked about the Hoover, Alabama product. You know he's juiced up for this game. 2 strikes right here. Got to bring your best pitch to get that first out.
Bases loaded with no one out for the Crimson Tide. Right back up the middle, and Alabama's in front. Fowler scores. LeBron scores. 2-run single. Jason Torres makes it 2-0 Alabama.
We talked about it right there. Jason Torres raising his game when runners are in scoring position, and right there, hanging slider, and that's when Jason Torres is really at his best. I mean, he slowed the swing down, stayed in the middle of the field, rocket up the middle. Alabama's got the lead early, 2-0.
Trip to the mound to check on Andre, as we have seen some bullpen activity for the Samford Bulldogs in this bottom of the first. Again, we're going to see a variety of arms on the mound for Samford. That was kind of the plan going into this ball game for head coach Tony David.
They're getting a lot of arms going right now, and I think you have to, if you're Andre, to find a way to get out of this inning. You're just starting to get some arms loose, but you got to get that ground ball, and it doesn't get any easier with another hot hitter for Alabama and Johnny Lim.
John Lim catching each and every game for the Crimson Tide in SEC play, and that continues tonight in this midweek game against Samford. And on the corners with nobody out. It's the first pitch foul. From Brisbane, Australia, enjoying his first season in Tuscaloosa and becoming a mainstay in the middle of the order in addition to catching every day.
And his average is bumped up going into SEC play, just like Jason Torres. And another threat, slugging-wise, for Alabama, John Lim. It's completely different offense. The first 14, 15 games for Alabama, Roger, it's just was a lot of swing and miss, complacency, not on time. But lately, Alabama's putting themselves in good positions in the count. And another good one here at 2-1.
Lim tees it off high into foul territory down the right field line, as this will go into the crowd. Count will even to 2 balls and 2 strikes, and the really top half of the order has been consistent each and every game for Alabama, including John Lim batting 5th. But part of what makes tonight's game fun, some changes coming up for the Crimson Tide that we'll see in the second half of the order, starting with the man on deck, Eric Hines.
It's always exciting to see. We'll talk about it as they get there, but good to see some other faces. You just don't know the depth that you're going to need late in SEC play.
Skewered foul. Count stays at 2-2 to John Lim. There's Eric Hines, who also started the last game of the Oklahoma series. Looks solid at the plate for the Crimson Tide with an infield single. Two. Stayed outside, full count.
Yeah, We're in the first inning right here. 3-2 count, nobody out. Guys at first and third. Alabama already up 2-0. You've really got to believe there's going to be a fastball here. Or does Andre try to bury a slider and get some swing and miss?
And on the corners, payoff pitch. Got him swinging. It's tough inside for John Lim to deal with. A huge first out in this inning.
That's a gutsy pitch right there, Roger. 3-2 count and slider, probably the best slider he's landed. You can tell Johnny Lim was thinking it was going to be a fastball, but able to get the swing and miss for a big first out. And as bad as this first inning has been for Samford, you're one ground ball away.
Eric Hines lines it to left, base hit. Alabama adds to the lead with Neal scoring. RBI single for the Tuscaloosa native, freshman Eric Hines.
Eric Hines not wasting any time. Love to swing at that first pitch. Got another hanger in the 6 hole. Plates another run for the Tide, the ACA product.
Got an infield single against Oklahoma. Also had a ball that went into the gap that was ruled an error because the ball hit the glove, but most of us in the ballpark thought it was going to be an RBI triple for Eric Pardup. Huge performance for him on Saturday, as we will see a pitching change in this first inning, with Alabama getting 3 runs on the board with only 1 out against Samford, and it will be Zach Spurrier that will take over on the mound for the Bulldogs. More on him when we return. It's the first inning. It's Alabama with a 3-0 lead. Back in Tuscaloosa on a gorgeous spring night, Alabama building up a 3-0 lead against the Samford Bulldogs, and Samford working backwards a little bit in what is truly a full bullpen game. So their closer, Zach Spurrier, the Kentucky transfer who has 3 saves on the season, David, we'll see him in the first inning trying to keep Alabama right where this game is.
Roger, I like that. I like going to the save position right here. Zach Spurrier, he's got 3 saves, but you can tell 18 Ks, 8 walks, but you got to calm the storm right now. You got to put your best available arm in to keep this game where it is. I like the move by Coach Tony David here.
Another one of the arms for Samford that pitched earlier this season against the Alabama Crimson Tide. That was only game 4 of the season back on February 17th. That was a low-scoring game as Alabama had 3 runs, 4 hits already, matching that number tonight with only 1 out in the bottom of the first.
That was a game on February 17th. Samford was leading the entire game 2-0 in the 7th. Alabama outburst for 3 runs and then steals it with a 3-2 win. But a different type of start tonight, Roger.
Spurrier, who threw the last inning, he worked a scoreless 9th inning that night. He's on the bottom of the first against Luke Vaughn, Crimson Tide first baseman. Average sitting at .213 for Vaughn, but he's shown some power. 5 homers, 21 runs driven in, and steady glove at first base.
It's a very good velocity from Spurrier right there, 96 miles an hour, painting up on the outer half. Did not get the strike call, but that's the thing for Luke Vaughn, is really getting himself in better counts, and in one really, he's in one now, 2-0.
You know, Spurrier tries to locate that fastball. Only appeared in 4 games for the Kentucky Wildcats, but came to Samford knowing he would have a larger role. He is the closer. Walks Vaughn to load the bases.
Not the start that Spurrier wants 4 straight balls. Bases are now loaded again.
It's a good opportunity for Chase Kroberger as he's making his 2nd start of the season for the Crimson Tide and looking to pick up that first collegiate hit. Freshman out of Moorestown, New Jersey.
No better time right there. The Tide set him up, bases loaded, 1 out. Couldn't ask for a better opportunity. Got his last start against North Florida in game 1 as the 1 game Bryce Fowler sat out. He had a nagging injury.
Right back up the middle. Stopped by Carr. On to 2nd for 1. That'll be the 2nd out of the inning as Torres crosses the plate to make it 4-0. Kane Carr at 2nd base.
Nice defensive play right there by Carr to get it out. But the Tide plates another run. Kroberger's 2nd RBI.
9th hitter to the plate this inning in Brennan Holtz. Crimson Tide's 2nd baseman. Anchoring the bottom spot of the order. Didn't get a base hit last series against Oklahoma, but found a way to get on base. He was hit by a pitch 3 times. Also in the finale, drew a pair of walks.
He's played some really good defense too at 2nd base, and Brennan Holtz. We've talked about the Tide's offense and pitching changing. It's also been the glove. Now they've made some really nice play, but they've been limiting the errors. Only 1 error over the weekend in the Oklahoma series.
Kroberger off for 2nd. The throw is offline. Stolen back. Chase Kroberger, who's got plenty of speed. He has been a good pinch run option that Alabama's used in SEC play the last few weekends.
You just never know when you're going to need that piece, Roger. We talk about these midweek games, and you've got to keep your depth available. And Kroberger getting a great jump right there. Carr able to dig it out to keep the runner at 3rd.
Slowly to the right side. Harris on to Spurrier in time for the out to close out the inning. But Alabama plates 4 runs in the bottom of the 1st. A good advantage for the Tide as we roll to the 2nd. Freak night tonight at Sewell Thomas Stadium as the right field Ragers packing that right field pavilion, the student section at Alabama, enjoying that 1st inning where the Crimson Tide grabbed a 4-0 advantage against Samford. A good lead for JT Blackwood to work with on the mound. Alabama against Samford. Alabama dominating the all-time series and including a tight win earlier this season, 3-2. We've seen some tight games played at Samford over recent years, including in the Rob Vaughn era, as that's bounced by Dutton right to the second baseman, Brendan Holt. 1 pitch, 1 out to start the second, but Coach Vaughn went into that ball game, I think, expecting a 14-13 final score, not necessarily 3-2 like we saw on that cool February night.
Well, it was really highlighted by the guy on the mound right now, JT Blackwood, giving his best season start at 6 innings, and he really kept that Samford offense at bay, even though Alabama was struggling offensively at the time.
Gus Gandy, the shortstop, pokes the first pitch foul for a strike. Second year for Blackwood in Tuscaloosa. Used in a variety of roles last season, including some midweek starts, time out of the bullpen on the weekend as well. That was after he started his career at Wallace State Community College in Hansville.
The team in Samford, we talked about 286 average as a team. That even though Alabama put up 4 in the first, you got to feel like you got to stay aggressive. Even though you got a 4 spot, this Samford team's got enough in the tank to get back into a game.
5th best average in the SoCon. Loop down the left field line, foul, and not reachable for Alabama's Kroberger as that bounces out of play. 2-2 on Gus Gandy.
It's hard to top the midweek magic of Alabama. Last year in 2025 went completely winning all their games in the midweek, which is really hard to do.
Up the middle, and that will be a base hit for Gandy. Back-to-back innings, 1-out singles for the Bulldogs, kind of similar to that start where Blackwood gave up some early hits before he was in cruise control his final 4 innings on the mound that night in Birmingham.
And that's really where he's taken that next step from last year being a mid-relief, starting every once in a while. He's gotten better understanding that, hey, you're going to pitch from the stretch sometimes. He's gotten better with his command, even in the stretch.
Facing Eddie Marshall, the catcher. First pitch fastball for a strike. Tremendous power described by Coach David for Marshall with 6 home runs this year. Sox it fell, 0-2.
And if you're a Bulldog fan, that's really what you feel like's got to get this team back in the mix, already down 4. Not typically a team that's going to bunt, move a runner over. They're trying to go deep fly.
Got him swinging, throw to first, and runner's safe. Blackwood striking out Marshall, 2 gone.
And Blackwood making quick work. 0-2 fastball, try to see if he could get Marshall to take, and he absolutely did. Get that second out.
Two away for Jackson Harris. Another check at first, closer play, but Gandy's safe.
Good move by Blackwood. Gandy 3 of 5 in the stolen base department.
Fastball inside for ball one to Jackson Harris, second team All SoCon a year ago at 332.
Very smooth delivery by Blackwood. Very repeatable strike thrower. He's been the reliable Tuesday starter for Alabama.
Line to right. There's Neal going back, having to play it off the wall. Hustling to third base, Gandy. He'll get the wave around third. Throw home. Gandy goes in safe, standing up. RBI double for Jackson Harris. Gets Samford on the board. It's now 4-1.
That ball was barreled up. 104 exit speed off the bat for Harris, and there was no play for Brady Neal. It was over his head in a hurry, and Samford gets on the board.
Two hits in the inning, including that RBI double for Harris. Park McDonald batting ninth in the order. Next up, takes the first pitch fastball for strike one.
Small battles. Coach Tony David talked about, hey, my guys are, the average is really good. The home run production is up, but I want these guys to hit better with runners in scoring position, and that's what they really need to get back in this game.
Line to left for it. Base hit for McDonald. Rounding third, Harris. Throws up the line. He's in. A two-run top of the second for the Bulldogs. It's Parker McDonald with an RBI single to make it 4-2.
Exactly what Samford needed to keep the hit parade going. Looked like a slider a little bit out front of it for McDonald, but muscles it out into left field, and Samford's cut the deficit.
We're at first. Safe is the call. Luke Vaughn immediately wants a replay review. We'll see if Rob Vaughn, no relation, agrees with what his first baseman says.
That was indeed really close. Blackwood kind of was.
Alabama is challenging the play at first base. Plays under further review.
So the Vaughns are on the same page.
Yeah, McDonald was getting that secondary lead right as he was getting that last step. It was right when Blackwood picked. Let's see if we can get a look at this one, but very close. Quick move by Blackwood. Does he get the tag on it? Looks like it does from that angle. Just a perfect strike to Vaughn, the first baseman. Applies the tag. Definitely worth the review at this point, Roger.
Have two throughout the game, might as well use them, and Alabama's trying to end what has been a two-run top of the second inning for the Bulldogs. Vaughn applied a good tag. He wanted that review as soon as the safe ruling came out.
I think that first view that we saw from replay looked the best view. It looked like he got that tag.
Here's what the SEC umpires are looking at with the super slow-mo Hawkeye cameras. High frame rates.
There it was. Yeah, I think that's enough.
After review, the call is out. Alabama retains both challenges.
Smart review by Luke Vaughn and the Crimson Tide as Samford's inning comes to a close with McDonald picked off first base, but it was a two-run top of the second for the Bulldogs. stock market since we're 4 weekends in. And David, here are your blue chip stocks, the Longhorns and 2 sets of Bulldogs,
Hey,
Mississippi State and Georgia.
Let's just say it's going to cost you a lot to cash in on Georgia, Texas, but Alabama, rising stock. If you bought in on them low at the Kentucky weekend, you're feeling pretty good about it.
Bullish or bearish for the Razorbacks, Texas A&M, Kentucky, and Ole Miss. A lot of to-be-determineds kind of mixed in there.
Hey, you got to take a chance on some of them. There's going to be someone that'll make a splash, but I think that team in Kentucky, it can hold its value. But a Florida team that's coming out of the weeds is starting to play some better baseball. But I mean, you can look at it. I mean, it's just week in, week out. It's still a logjam in the middle, but there's a lot to cream or rise to the top. But time is running out, and we're almost halfway play here, Roger.
5th weekend of conference play coming up next weekend, this weekend, for Alabama at home against Arkansas. We see a new Bulldog on the mound, and Andrew Marble. Working against Crimson Tide's Bryce Fowler. That hit him in the helmet. Often do you see that?
Completely unintentional. Probably about the only thing that slowed down Bryce Fowler. Leadoff double for Alabama to start the first, but Andrew Marble making his 8th appearance. Another opportunity to get out of an inning, work one.
In the air to center, but right there to Pierce Sutton for the out. Now it's Justin LeBron, fresh off a single in his last at bat that helped Alabama to a 4-run bottom of the first. Swing and a miss from Marble, who has been the Sunday starter. Very consistent strike thrower, so he actually was moved up, worked Saturday against East Tennessee State. Bounce to third. Parker McDonald will throw out LeBron on a ground out to third base, 2 away.
Much cleaner inning so far for the Bulldogs.
I beg your pardon, Marble did not throw this past weekend. They kind of shuffled the rotation a little bit going early on the Easter holiday. So it was important for Coach David to make sure he got Marble some innings tonight against Alabama, as we've already seen the closer, Zach Spurrier, go, in addition to Will Andre, the starter.
Making most of his opportunity here.
Now Brady Neal.
Work a clean inning here, probably get another opportunity, but to your point, Roger, with all that teed up, you're not going to go too deep in this game, but I could definitely see one more inning for Marble. This is clean.
Gets in front, no balls and 2 strikes to the man leading Alabama in terms of batting average this season, Brady Neal. The 0-2.
Sanford playing the extreme pull shift. I'll be honest with you, maybe I'm missing something with a spray chart, but Brady Neal has been hitting it all over the yard.
Nothing here as Marble strikes him out to complete a 1-2-3 bottom of the second for the Bulldogs. Sunday starter doing some great work on a Tuesday night.
Yeah, Marble slowing down this Alabama offense to get the slider down in the zone to get Brady Neal put up a 0, keep the score where it is, 4-2.
Two-run ball game between the Crimson Tide and the Bulldogs as we move to the top of the third here in Tuscaloosa. Top of the order due up for Samford to start this inning with Jeffrey Ince, Jake Souders, Cade Carr due to the plate. It's Crimson Tide starter JT Blackwood. It all starts with Ince, who struck out his first time up. Knocked foul. After Kroberger gave it a look, bouncing into the crowd.
298 average, 10 RBIs, the table setter. DHing tonight for the Bulldogs. Coach David talked about getting deep into a count. Jeffrey Ince seems to always find his way, seeing 4 to 7 pitches in at bat.
Slider spotted for a called third strike on the lower outside corner. Third strikeout for JT Blackwood.
Just looking right there for Ince. Nice slider, back door. Get the first out.
Tony David in his 5th season as the Samford head coach, but he has been on this staff at Samford University going all the way back to 2005. What a home he has made in Birmingham, and a great career for the Samford Bulldogs. Now in his 5th season as the head man. It's into right field. A line out for Souders to Brady Neal, 2 gone.
Yeah, Coach Davis, no stranger to recruiting some high-level talent at Samford. Was the lead recruiter for Casey Dunn, who's now moved on to UAB, but a very good coach who knows how to win in the SoCon.
And 2 away for Cade Carr. He's already made a great play defensively at second base for the Bulldogs, in addition to his fly out to right.
Carr also catching, but getting the start at second base tonight. Get Marshall's bat in the lineup. Much better attack by Blackwood with the fastball down in the zone.
His 0-2. One bounce to LeBron. The shortstop spins and throws to first. Another web gem, Justin LeBron. Remains the Crimson Tide in front by 2. Alabama may not be the top-ranked SEC team in the polls, but when it comes to the RPI and looking ahead for the postseason, Alabama is in the top spot among SEC teams with the 2nd-best RPI in the country.
Well, just playing the SEC schedule is going to keep you in the mix, but I think to take it to the next level is you play some very good midweek teams, and the state of Alabama has had some very strong teams that Alabama's taken down. But again, when you sweep at the house and then you go on the road and take 2 or 3 from an Oklahoma type of team, you're going to jump up really quickly. I think a couple of weeks ago, Alabama was 30 or 40, but now number 2.
Most quad one wins in the nation by the Crimson Tide, and that RPI number is something we're going to keep checking over the next few weeks as we continue in SEC play, because everybody, of course, wants to make the NCAA tournament, but what everyone really wants is to stay at home, host a regional, host a super regional. You got to be top 16 to host the regional, top 8 to make sure you're hosting a super regional, which would be quite a scene here in Tuscaloosa.
Really would. Getting the Joe and the electricity back. It's been a couple of years since the Tide had it back in 2023.
Jason Torres already with a 2-run single tonight. Andrew Marble, like David predicted, stays on the mound after a 1-2-3 second.
A good bounce back by the Samford offense. Really got slugged in the face in the first inning. But Marble back on the mound, clean inning.
Slow chop to third is foul.
You just tell his demeanor in the second inning. He looks like a starter, Roger. I mean, he's got that type of, you know, we talked about he's not going to go deep into games, but he looks the part. Doesn't matter the score, doesn't matter the other team with whatever logo. He goes right after these batters.
Just missed with a slow breaking ball to Torres.
A really good pitch right there.
Works in another curveball to Torres.
Confident with his off-speed pitch, even in a 3-2 count. Roger always felt like on that last 2-2 count, could have been a strike right there. Always felt like I better be swinging anywhere around the strike zone.
Payoff pitch is popped up into center. Dutton with a dive, cannot make the grab. Torres is aboard to begin Alabama's third.
Yeah, tough break by Dutton. Off the bat, breaking back, and then he had to come back in, tried to make up with it with the athleticism, just couldn't get there, and I'm sure that'll probably scored a hit for Torres.
Leadoff single, Jason Torres. Pierce Dutton did everything he could to try and make that grab. Torres at first with nobody out. John Lim at the plate, showing bunt. There's a strike.
Good opportunity to lay down a bunt. Samford's in the pull shift. They had their third baseman playing almost deep shortstop, but not anymore.
Hangs up in the air down that left field line. McDonald can't make the catch. Came close to it. 2 strikes on John Lim.
That's a really tough play right there. Foul ball. McDonald playing basically in the shortstop position, and a left-handed hitter hitting that ball down the third base side. It's floating back into fair play. Just a tough one to grab right there, full speed. Johnny Lim gets second life.
Marble, 2 seasons at Jones Community College. 5-1 last year, 6-1 before that as a freshman in 2024. Lim, the opposite way to left field. Higgins back, makes the grab on the warning track. Deep fly out to left for John Lim. That'll keep Jason Torres at first.
That's hard contact right there. Good approach by John Lim. Higgins running one down. Had a good break. Get that first out for the Bulldogs.
Eric Hines only saw 1 pitch his first time up. Sent it in the left field for a base hit. Here he will take a fastball for a strike. RBI single, first trip to the plate for Eric Hines, who also started the final game of the Oklahoma series at DH.
got this, Roger, you were there doing that game. Eric Hines really was the offense. I mean, that was one inning where Alabama scored 3 runs and never scored again, but Hines really getting going for the offense and bleeding over to today with an RBI single in the first.
It's really all during his at-bat. A wild pitch brought in Bryce Fowler, a pass ball brought in Justin LeBron, and then Brady Neal scored on the ball that he hit into the gap in right center field. It was ruled an E8, but easily could have been scored an RBI triple.
But had some really hard contact too. And Coach Rob Vaughn giving the young freshman another opportunity on Tuesday. And you can just tell the heartbeat started off so fast in non-conference play for Eric Hines. It's just started to slow down. He's getting very comfortable in the box now.
Swing and a miss and a slow curveball from Andrew Marble. The count now even to 2 balls and 2 strikes. He's been a strike thrower against the Crimson Tide today. Torres at first with 1 gone. Hines once again to left, base hit. Eric Hines 2 for 2.
Very good start for Eric Hines tonight. Looked like a changeup, kind of got in on his hands, but Hines strong enough with his frame, shoots it out there to keep this inning alive. It started with the Dutton misplay in center field that was scored a base hit, Roger. I know if you talked to Dutton after the game, he told you he should have caught it.
2 on, only 1 out for Luke Vaughn. Out in front of the breaking ball as Marble has just been a good change of pace for Samford on the mound, especially compared to what we saw with Spurrier with the power fastball in the high 90s.
Yeah, and Marble's showed you that any point in any count, he's not afraid to go to the off speed.
How challenging is that as a hitter when you're facing a team that you know is going to have a full bullpen day, so you're really not going to see anybody 2 times? Hard to get comfortable in, I'd imagine.
You have to be really alert, especially when you're 2 or 3 batters late.
Here's Luke Vaughn skying it high and deep to left field. Higgins all the way back, but it's gone. 3-run homer, Luke Vaughn. It is Alabama 7 and Samford 2. Sixth blast of the season for Vaughn.
And Luke Vaughn cracking one open to open up this game with a 3-run home run. That was absolutely sent into the Tide bullpen, and those bullpen guys are out there getting excited about it too.
Disco helmet and the Polaroid time for Luke Vaughn on this mighty swing.
We talked about it. Getting a ball up in the zone, Luke Vaughn knows how to send it deep. And you can see that Alabama bullpen getting super excited.
Well, Chase Kroberger at the plate. Picked up a run batted in when he reached down the fielder's choice last time up. 4 runs in the first, 3 runs now in the bottom of the third, all on that 1 swing by Vaughn. Marble gets in front, 0-2 on Kroberger, making his 2nd start of the season tonight.
But Roger, back to what you were talking about, how your approach as a hitter when you know you're going to face multiple arms in a game. You have to do a really good job, especially if you're in the hole on deck, but also in the dugout when it's not your turn. You really have to lock in and find, hey, if you're the other right-handed hitter, if I'm the left-handed hitter, what did he do against Bryce Fowler? You have limited views of what's going to happen, and you have to go off what you see and what is Marble throwing, or any pitcher throwing for strikes. What does he feel good with?
Kroberger, the top-rated player in the state of New Jersey when he signed with the Crimson Tide, part of what's really been an outstanding freshman class, along with Eric Hines, who's also in the lineup tonight. These freshmen starting to break through and get more opportunities as the season rolls along.
There's no hesitation from Kroberger. Hit the ball hard his first at bat. not tentative. And I think that's what Coach Rob Vaughn wants to see. How are you going to continue to aggressively take advantage, whether you're an everyday starter, getting that spot start every once in a while? This is your time to showcase. You just never know the depth that's needed late in SEC play.
Marbles 2-2. Cranked high and deep to left. Higgins moving back. That's gone! Chase Kroberger's first hit in college is a home run. (8-2) Alabama.
Roger, how about it? Your first hit, you go big fly and absolutely delete one for a solo job. This Alabama offense has opened it up, and you can see Kroberger got a fastball and sends it deep out to left field for his first hit and first home run.
Had been 0 for his first 10 prior to that. Good moment for Chase Kroberger for the Crimson Tide. Good call by Coach Vaughn, the coaching staff, putting his name back in the lineup tonight.
Making the coach looking good, making the pin move, getting a spot start, and taking advantage of it. Hit the ball hard his first at bat for an RBI, ground out, but decided to say, you know what? I want to touch them all today, Raj.
Now it's Brennan Holtz. Ball and 2 strikes to Holt, the everyday second baseman for the Tide, as Alabama scored 4 runs here in the third. Still just 1 out. It's been a 4-hit inning against Marble. This guy in the foul territory by Holt.
Yeah, let's talk about Coach Rob Vaughn. Spot starts for Eric Hines. We talked about had a good game 3 against Oklahoma, 2 for 2. Kroberger, 1 for 2. His ground out was an RBI and then going big fly. You're absolutely right. You're making your head coach look good, giving yourself more opportunities.
There's a strikeout for Marble against Brennan Holtz.
Marble getting back and going right after Holt with a fastball. Second strikeout today, but you got to find a way to limit the damage. We talked about it's an 8-2 score, but a lot of offense in the tank for Samford, still only in the 3rd inning.
Bryce Fowler representing the top of the order at the plate. Doubled in his first at bat, hit the ball hard last time up, and a fly out to center. Down the count 0-2.
And Marble's really not bad pitches, just a couple fastballs up in the zone that just got hit, and that's really the difference in this game.
Fowler strikes out, but some big damage done to the plate for the Crimson Tide this inning, thanks to home runs starting with Luke Vaughn.
And Alabama continuing to slug it at an elite clip. You see Luke Vaughn going big fly for the 3-run home run, and then Kroberger, first hit and first home run to put the Tide up 8-2.
Crimson Tide, 4 runs in the first, 4 runs in the third. And now here we are in the top of the fourth. JT Blackwood with an 8-2 lead to protect as he'll be facing the middle of the order. Higgins, Dutton, and Gandy all due to the plate. It all starts with Trey Higgins, left fielder, who unfortunately for Samford is a little busy chasing after some deep fly balls that turned into home runs last inning. Trey Higgins, this is going to be a huge series coming up for him against VMI. He broke his leg last year taking on VMI. That led to a long comeback for him and missing all the fall going into January. Coach David really wasn't expecting very much for him. Just the rehab process took forever, but kept working, kept getting better, and they made the decision. Doesn't need to have a medical red shirt. It's good to go and play, and he's been one of the key bats as a result for Samford this season.
Yeah, pleasant surprise, like you said, Roger, and middle of the bat type of lineup, 7 home runs. Did not know if he was going to be available, but showing that he can, his athleticism and recovery was ready to go and playing at a high clip for the Bulldogs.
JT Blackwood. Already 3 strong innings tonight. Crimson Tide will have some bullpen activity going. As good thought maybe to get Blackwood, see if we can get through this 4th inning clean. Higgins will smoke this high in the air to left center. Kroberger and Fowler over. It will be Kroberger making the catch.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how far they go with Blackwood at 43 pitches. Typically, he sits in that 55, 65 pitch limit, but Tide in a commanding lead. At the same time, if you're Samford, offensively, you can't get 6 runs back all in one swing, but you got to piece it together, put good at bats together. The pitchers for Alabama really going to be aggressive with pumping the strike zone with a lot of fastballs, so you have to stay on the hunt.
Pierce Dutton lines it to center, base hit. That's what he's been doing all season long for the Samford Bulldogs. Pierce Dutton.
The Shelton State product getting his 10th start. Slow start for Dutton, but Coach Tony David said, I need this guy in the lineup. And he's producing, getting on base, and making it hard to take him out of the lineup.
Gus Gandy with an opportunity with a runner at first and 1 gone. He'll bounce it back to the mound. There's Blackwood to LeBron. Over to first to Vaughn. The double play quickly ends the inning. JT Blackwood starting that double play. He's through 4 innings tonight.
Nice glove work right there for Blackwood. The hard comebacker. Strong strike to LeBron to flip it over to first for a nice double play to keep the score where it is, 8-2.
To lead against Samford as we move to the bottom of the 4th here in Tuscaloosa. Roger Hoover, David Kindred from the press box, now joined in the Samford dugout by the head coach of the Bulldogs, Tony David. And Coach, thank you for joining us. Offensively, how good was it to see the production in the 2nd inning? An RBI double by Jackson Harris, as well as an RBI single by Parker McDonald.
Yeah, it was great right up until the pickoff. Yeah, we came in tonight. Our main focus was we wanted to get a bunch of guys mound time, and we just wanted to get back to swinging the ball. Swinging the bat well. So that was good. Two big, 2 out hits. Jackson drove that ball off the wall, and then Parker did a good job of knocking in that next one there to get us back on the board.
Coach, you talked about it was going to be a bullpen day, a lot of different arms. Talk about kind of, even where the score is, the mindset of the pitchers, no matter the score, to keep this game where it is, to get your offense back in this game, because we're only in the 4th inning.
Yeah, we talked about it coming over. Last year we were down 10-2 in the 7th and put up a 7th spot, had a couple of runners on against these guys, and I feel really good about our offense. I feel like we can score on anybody, but for tonight, we tell each individual pitcher when you go out there, it's kind of like your own 0-0. We want you to execute pitches and have the best half inning you can, and regardless of what the score is, we're just trying to string together quality at bats individually on the hitting side. Like I say, we like our offense. As we finish up tonight, we want to have gotten a lot of guys on the mound, and we want to feel like we're where we need to be offensively heading into the weekend.
Heading into the weekend against VMI, Coach, we'll let you go on this. Just how excited are you for what's ahead for your baseball team in SoCon play?
We've got a lot of home games in our league, and we feel really good about it at home. We got a big one against VMI coming up this weekend. We need to get back in the series winning column and get our guys back right.
Coach, thank you for your time. All the best.
All right, thanks, guys.
Tony David, 5th-year head coach at Samford. Be a new pitcher on the mound for Coach David. Ryan Vermillion will take over on the hill to take on Justin LeBron, sophomore from Vestavia Hills.
Another really good baseball high school product, Vestavia. Just literally right down the road.
Starting his career at Jacksonville State, spent 2 seasons there. Let's join the Bulldogs. Take on Justin LeBron. A single and a ground out to third base for Justin.
And Coach David painted that picture of what he wants from his staff. No matter the score, give me your best half inning. Put it together. I don't care what the score is. You pitch your game. We'll find a way to get back in this game. Just perfectly said.
Two. Off the end step of LeBron. He'll stick around at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And that's really how you have to attack Justin LeBron, with 2 strikes. Fastball in, able to spoil that one, but some good riding action in on the hands of LeBron. Cannot let his hands get extended.
Swing and miss there. Vermillion strikes out Justin LeBron to start the 4th.
Just a really good sequence of pitches right there for Vermillion, with a 2-seam fastball the prior pitch, and then expanding the zone with a slider, probably 2 or 3 balls off the plate. Samford getting the strikeouts tonight, but Alabama slugging it with runners in scoring position.
Brady Neal bouncing into the shift. Carr lost his footing, recovers for the out. Wow.
We talked about Carr, the catcher for Samford, getting the start at second base, spins out, but athletic enough to maintain his balance and get the second out for the Bulldogs.
Two away, no one on base for the Crimson Tide. And the red-hot Jason Torres, 2 for 2 with 2 runs driven in. A pair of runs scored tonight, and he tees off on the first pitch. High and deep to left field. And gone! Torres still hustling to third. And He'll slide in safe. Thought originally that left the ballpark. Not sure if Rob Vaughn will ask for a look or not, but either way, it's Jason Torres with another hit tonight.
It sure gave me the impression that that one went over the fence too, Roger. Let's see here. Okay.
It's top of the wall and came back in.
Awkward bounce right there. Unfortunate bounce for Jason Torres, who heads up play, kept running really hard and legs out a triple.
His first of the year. So he's the third with 2 gone. Here's John Lim trying to drive him in.
A lot of firsts for everybody. Kroberger getting his first hit and home run. Jason Torres legging out a triple.
Did have 1 triple last year, but that's his first one this season. Jason Torres, transfer from the University of Miami.
See if Vermillion can work out of this mini jam.
Slowly to the shortstop in the shift. Gandy will make the play, and that will close out the inning. So a triple for Jason Torres. That's it in a scoreless fourth. When we come back, it'll be the head coach of the Crimson Tide, Rob Vaughn, joining us next. Alabama in front, 8-2 against Samford. Top of the fifth, it's Alabama with an 8-2 lead against the Samford Bulldogs on this Tuesday night. Roger Hoover and David Kindred now pleased to be joined in the Crimson Tide dugout by the head coach, Rob Vaughn. And coach, we'll start with your man on the mound, JT Blackwood. What have you liked about his 4 innings so far?
Yeah, JT is throwing a lot of strikes right now. You know, in the second, some of that stuff just popped out of his hand. You know, they weren't terrible pitches. They just didn't quite have the bite. They didn't quite have the drive through it. And, you know, they got a couple 2-out hits. But, man, when you got a lead like this, that's what you got to do. You got to bury them with strikes. I mean, the biggest thing that lets them back in this game is walks, hit by pitches, errors. That's what gets them back in the game. So just got to keep pounding that strike zone, get our offense in here as quick as you can.
We were going to break, Coach, and you were messing with your pen, writing down some stuff. But how about you penciling in Kroberger and Hines continuing his good weekend, making you look good, putting him in the lineup. But, man, first hit for Kroberger being a home run. Talk about that.
Yeah, man. I mean, just we've talked about this freshman class a lot and how much I love these kids and how hard they've been working. And, you know, I talked to them on the game on Sunday or on Saturday in Oklahoma. You know, we put Chase in the game there to pinch run, and he goes straight in there in a big spot and gets a big-time dirt ball read. And it's just being unafraid to crash and burn, man, the stuff we talk about all the time. And so I told those guys, man, when you start playing like that and start doing that, you're going to keep giving me more and more reasons to – there we go. Give you more and more reasons to put you in the game. And, you know, he's been just – you just watch him in BP, man, and you watch him going to get after it, and you watch his work every day. And, man, I just felt like he deserved a shot at it, you know, more than just a pinch hit, more than just a base run, just get him in there and see what he can do. And this is a perfect game to do it. And he's had 2 really good at-bats, drove in that first run on a guy with a big heater and did a good job his first at-bat and runs one out of here. And, you know, Big E's kind of the same way, man. He's had great at-bats all year. He had a great preseason. And, you know, his last 2 times in there, he played great and had great starts for us. And I'd kind of had him in and out. And just kind of decided on Saturday it was time to see what Big E can do with a little bit of a runway. And, man, he's had some really, really tough at-bats, and that's what we need out of him, man. He's going to be a special one for us. Throw him out.
Relay to second, and in there safely will be Jackson Harris. Well, Coach, we appreciate the time you've given us here in the top of the 5th. Best of luck. Thank you again.
Appreciate you guys. Roll Tide.
That's Rob Vaughn, head coach of the Crimson Tide. Wanted to see Brady Neal. It's a whole tour over to LeBron. Get that out at second, but it's been a good game so far for Jackson Harris for the Samford Bulldogs. A pair of doubles as he tries to get it going for Samford in the 5th.
Some very hard contact, Roger. Another double.
Now he's aboard for Parker McDonald, who brought him in on an RBI single back in the 2nd.
That's exactly what we talked about. I mean, Blackwood is going to be bumping the zone with a lot of fastballs, and you got to be ready to go. And Harris has been ready to go every time he stepped in the box.
To center field, Bryce Fowler. Right there for out number 2.
This outfield defensively for Alabama missing a big piece from last year, losing Richie Bonamolo in center field. Fowler in last year was moved from right field to now center field, playing at a very high level. Talked about Brady Neal, the converted catcher, now playing out there. Both of them stealing a lot of extra bases from the opposition.
Kroberger in left this evening for the Tide is Jason Jackson, the associate head coach and pitching coach for Alabama, out to speak with JT Blackwood. It's the first 2 outs here in the 5th inning. Blackwood went 6 innings in his first start of the year against Samford all the way back on February 17th. We'll see if he will continue on the mound or not. Here in this top of the 5th with Alabama in front. 8-2 score. Alabama will go to the bullpen. Connor Lehman, the left-hander, will take over on the mound when we return. Top of the 5th, it remains Alabama 8 and Samford 2. T. Blackwood done for the night on the mound for Alabama, but David, he was effective with 3 strikeouts.
He really was. 4 2/3 innings. Did give up 6 hits, but was trying to pitch to contact and went and attacked the hitters. 3 strikeouts, only allowing 2 runs, but gives himself the availability. They've not had to use him on the weekend, but you didn't get too stressed in that game. You just never know in a bullpen on the weekend where you need to go deep. But JT Blackwood, another strong start on Tuesday for Alabama.
And of course, the Crimson Tide only have a handful of midweek games like this left where Blackwood has established himself as such a good starter. So who knows what his role could look like as we get deeper into the SEC play. And then especially when you get to the SEC tournament or a regional, he may be one of the more valuable pitchers on this staff.
Yeah, and he's been consistent. It's been the fastball that he's been able to command and then play. Hey, let's be real honest. These midweeks have been really tough for Alabama, playing teams like Southern Miss, Jacksonville State, Samford, and Troy. And to your point, Roger, you just don't ever know when you get in the SEC tournament, when you need that 4th and 5th starter, and you can hang your hat on JT Blackwood, a really good one to go to.
Connor Lehman, the new pitcher on the mound for the Crimson Tide, the sophomore, be working for the first time since last Tuesday night when he only worked a 1/3 of an inning against Jacksonville State, only needed 5 pitches to get his out. We'll try and slow down Jeffrey Ince with 2 gone and a runner at second. Ince is a switch hitter, so he will bat from the right side.
A really good left-handed pitcher for Alabama. Another opportunity making his 6th appearance. Fastball in the low 90s. Also going to see a cutter and a slider.
In the air to right, Neal, who steps in and makes the grab. And once again, Connor Lehman gets a quick out during his time on the mound as he maintains Alabama's 6-run advantage over Sanford. Softball this week will have the 3-game series between number 7 Florida and South Carolina. Friday and Saturday's games are right here on SEC Network, with the series finale Sunday afternoon on SEC Network Plus. Like everything else, all games also available on the ESPN app. Gorgeous night for baseball in Tuscaloosa. Fans were having a lot of fun in this town over the weekend. Vic Moten, the freshman, firing everyone up as Alabama got a series win against number 1 Texas. Alabama ranks number 3 in one poll, and one poll ranked as high as number 1 in the nation. And she was electric for Alabama in the circle.
Wow. And going against the number 1 team in Texas, getting beat in game 1 and then coming back to win the series. Alabama softball feeling really good after that weekend.
Both of these teams at a high level. One of 4 teams in the nation top 10 in both baseball and softball. Alabama's right there.
And the tide is rising. We talked about Alabama just cracked the top 10 in baseball, but softball been in there for a couple of weeks, but you can see Texas, UCLA, Florida State, a lot of conferences represented, but 2 very good SEC clubs, both in the baseball and softball ranks.
New pitcher on the mound, and Trey Sanders. Grad student out of Columbus, Georgia, will be making his 11th appearance out of the bullpen for the Bulldogs so far this season. 12 strikeouts in his 12 1/3 innings. So he'll try and slow down this Alabama offense. Scoring 4 runs in every other inning to this point. 4 in the first, blanked in the second, 4 in the third, blanked in the fourth. Here we are, David, another odd numbered inning.
And one of the guys that has really been effective in getting some crooked numbers across the board is the guy stepping to the plate, and Eric Hines.
2 for 2, both sharp singles to left field. And that hit him.
It looked like a fastball riding in on Hines. A lot of body armor, and doesn't look like it's affected Eric Hines too much. It's when you know when you're swinging it at a really good clip, you're like, you almost wished it didn't hit you. This one feeling really good at the plate, but starts the Tide offense getting on base.
Luke Vaughn, fresh off a home run last time up. Destroys the first pitch he sees, but that's foul way out of this ballpark. Blast was his 6th home run for the Crimson Tide, a catcher who did not get to play much as a true freshman in 2024 behind Mac Cassetti, injured for all of last season. And was converted to being the everyday first baseman for Alabama this year as a redshirt sophomore. High throw to first, but Hines back in safely. Good grab by Harris.
You see the offensive numbers for Luke Vaughn, really good. The average is still coming around. This is Luke Vaughn. Roger talked about it. It's been with the Tide for a very long time. It's been injury plagued, but now the everyday starter, the plate discipline is getting better and better each and every weekend. Last year, you talked about Luke Vaughn getting hurt early in that 25 campaign. Alabama was really short with Plattner and Brady Neal. Could not afford for any one of them to get hurt. Coach Rob Vaughn said, I'm not going to be short at the catcher's position. And we've seen basically 4 catchers, converted catchers, in the lineup for the Tide this year, if you count Luke Vaughn too.
Two. Works the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Luke Vaughn.
Now we talked about Luke Vaughn getting deeper into counts, laying off the pitches out of the zone to put himself in a count where he can get something to hit.
Hines running as that's ball 4. Sanders, another guy that's been around for quite a while with Samford, going all the way back to the 2022 season when he redshirted sometime in 2023 and missed all of 2024 with an injury. So another veteran arm going up against a very young bat at the plate in Chase Kroberger, but what a night he has already had, driving in 2 runs and picking up his first career home run on his first hit.
Looks like there's going to be a timing delay against Kroberger, and he's already down 0-1. It's about the only thing that slowed him down tonight, Roger.
Just wanted to hear Cheeseburger in Paradise a little bit more. Great walk-up choice.
I can't even get his first hit and walk up to the plate.
Showing bunt against Sanders, count to 1 ball and 1 strike after the first pitch. Would you have been okay with the pitch clock? Were you pretty quick to the plate?
So I'll tell you, my senior year was the first time that they put the pitch clock into play. And it was really, it was a bit frustrating for both sides because it's the first time it ever happened. So you're trying to, the first time the pitch clock guy up in the booth is trying to figure it out too. And I'm scratching my head on that one. I don't know if Kroberger was taking his time.
Sometimes it has to do all about eye contact, though, at a certain time, as Coach David kind of sprinted out to the mound to speak with Sanders and the entire Bulldog infield.
There's a lot of eye contact there with Coach David, with Trey Sanders. And I think that's trying to instill some confidence in him and being, let's just say, direct, saying, I want you to attack this hitter and go after him with some strikes. I think that was the fastest I've ever seen a coach make his way, and that's sprint out was exactly what he did, Roger.
Two balls and 1 strike, but 2 balls on the pitches thrown, man, make it 3. After Kroberger was showing bunts, now he keeps the bat on his shoulder, 3-1.
I think Kroberger's gonna get the green light, 3-1.
Base is now loaded thanks to a hit batter and 2 walks.
Not the type of start for Trey Sanders he wanted. 13 pitches in, 9 balls, only 4 strikes. He's got himself behind the 8 ball here. Brennan Holt stepping to the plate.
Bases loaded, Brennan Holt. First pitch fastball in there for a strike. Brennan 0 for 2 at the 9th spot of the order tonight for Alabama with a ground out to first and a strikeout.
Lays off the off-speed pitch. And Brennan Holt, the South Alabama transfer, no bigger hit for him in the Alabama-Auburn series in the 9th. Legged out a double to kickstart that inning to eventually lead to the Bryce Fowler walk-off.
And he stayed on second base the whole time.
By a fingertip.
Off a great tag by Brandon McCrane, who was pretty upset about it, the Auburn shortstop.
Get a little bit chippy, but that's what you kind of expect against the iron ball in baseball.
2-2 the count to Brennan Holt. Sanders trying to bear down with 2 walks and a hit batter to start the inning. The count's now 2-2 on Holt. Called third strike, a fastball in her half.
Sanders coming back with a fastball, freezes up Brennan Holt to get the first out. Big strikeout. But back to the top of the lineup for the hot hitting Bryce Fowler.
Changeup misses low to Fowler. Doubled back in the first inning. That sparked Alabama to a 4-run bottom of the first. The runs have come in bunches tonight for Alabama. 4 in the first, 4 in the third. Here we are in the 5th. Foul tip. Sanders gets in front, 1-2, and time where strikeouts will help him more than anything.
You almost feel like you got to go and find a way to get the strikeout. Alabama, with a sacrifice, played another run. You got to feel like getting a strikeout would be big for the Bulldogs and Sanders.
1-2. Foul tip for Fowler. Just caught a piece of that.
Spoiling a good off-speed pitch. Bryce Fowler with 24 walks, 6 hit by pitches, so 30 free passes. It's a complete change, and again, plate discipline and doing everything you're supposed to in the leadoff role.
Chop to first. Harris on to second for 1. Fowler will beat it down, and a run crosses the plate with Eric Hines coming in. Alabama with a 9-2 advantage.
Fowler able to spoil some pitches. Not hard contact to the first baseman, but plating another run for a productive out.
Two gone. It's up to Justin LeBron. Trying to keep this inning going. Men on the corners. Vaughn at third, Fowler at first. LeBron, first pitch swinging, a base hit to left field. Vaughn scores. RBI single, Justin LeBron. His second hit tonight. That makes it Alabama 10, Samford 2.
It just looked like a fastball up in the zone. Justin LeBron was on time. Sends it over the third baseman's head. Played another run for Alabama to make it 10-2.
There is a 10-run rule in effect for tonight's game. Teams have to agree to that in non-conference play. Alabama building up the lead to 8 at the moment. 10 runs after 7 innings could end the game early. Runners go. First pitch high for a ball. The throw to second by Marshall will not get LeBron. The double steal, Bryce Fowler and Justin LeBron.
Alabama staying on the gas. The best two runners on the base pass, and that was just one of those look after Sanders looked back from second base. It was 2 hops and gone.
Two in scoring position, 2 outs for Brady Neal. Catches a piece of a slider, hits it foul, 2-1. Feels like a quiet game for Brady Neal. 0 for 2, hit by pitch with a run scored.
It's one of those things where Coach Rob Vaughn talks about the pack mentality. It's not going to, may not be the same guy every night. Now let's make it very clear. Bryce Fowler and Brady Neal have been carrying the load offensively the last couple of days, but a lot of new faces getting in on the action.
Neal disagreed with the strike call. Count now at 2-2. 2 in scoring position and 2 gone. Lifted high into shallow left. McDonald dancing, can't make the grab. 2-run score. Neal slides to second, and out will be the call there, but he did his job. He drove in the runs. Alabama's got a 12-2 lead. The 6th inning, Alabama building up the lead to 12-2 against Samford. Seen Bulldogs so far with a variety of pitchers. We knew that would be the case, getting everybody some work against the Crimson Tide. JT Blackwood, very solid start for Alabama, and the Crimson Tide lineup, which, yes, Alabama got the series win against Oklahoma, but maybe not the best offensive weekend. We've seen the bats get going for the Tide tonight by many different people.
And you got to set the tone, especially in a midweek on Tuesday. And Alabama brought the bats early, slugged in the 1st inning and in the 3rd and in the 5th.
Connor Lehman got the final out in the 5th. He's on to face Souders, Carr, and Higgins. 2, 3, and 4 in the order due up for the Bulldogs.
And different faces for Alabama getting into the action. Guys at the bottom of the lineup, Eric Hines, Luke Vaughn, Chase Kroberger. Really aggressive with their opportunities and have not disappointed tonight.
Low fastball by Connor Lehman.
Fastball. We talked about Lehman probably sits around that 89, 91, has bumped it up to 93 with some run.
So far, all of his appearances have been in non-conference play. Hasn't appeared in an SEC game yet for Alabama, but a night like this could help get him a little more in the mix in that Crimson Tide bullpen. A bullpen, by the way, that was outstanding all weekend long against Oklahoma.
It really was, and they really had to keep the game close for a lot of different reasons. But a very good Oklahoma team. And nights when you were there, Roger, the wind blowing out at a tremendous clip, you have to keep the ball down in the zone. Just a pop-up has a chance to run out the yard.
At least 20 miles per hour. The final 2 games Alabama played there, blowing in. It was blowing out to left field night number 1. 1-2, got him looking. A fastball at 95, Connor Lehman.
How about Connor Lehman coming in and just pumping some fastballs? Souders just looking. 4 strikeouts tonight as a club.
Cade Carr, second baseman. Chops it to third. Jason Torres with a bobble on the transfer, and Carr is aboard. That'll be an error on Torres, his 4th of the year.
But Lehman doing everything he's asked. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. Pumping fastballs down in the zone, getting weak contact. First error for Alabama tonight.
'14th in the SEC out of 16 schools in fielding percentage and errors. It is getting better as that one does go to the backstop. And no play at second base as Carr will advance. With Alabama playing better, winning 8 of their last 9, still committed some errors against the Florida Gators, but pretty clean weekends the last 2 times out against Auburn and Oklahoma.
And they, for the most part, the errors have come in non-high leverage situation. Again, I'm not trying to gloss over the errors. They have to continue to get better, and Alabama expects to field at a higher clip than that, especially as athletic as they are defensively.
Socked down the right field line, well fell. 2 balls and a strike to Higgins.
Well, let's go back to that Oklahoma weekend where you talked about game 2. Alabama lost that game, but it was a 2-run deficit, and guys like Austin Morris, Luke Smyers really did a good job limiting the damage. And then in game 3, Alabama gets 3 runs in the first with a start by Miles Upchurch, and then guys like Ashton Crowder going 3 2/3. Matthew Heiberger coming back in the second appearance, and then Hagan Banks for a 3-2 win. So your bullpen absolutely closing the door on a very good team.
Well, walk to Higgins after the error opened things up just a bit for Samford. Crowther especially, I think, might be the unsung hero right now of that bullpen, and people are going to take more notice after what he did against Oklahoma.
I mean, yeah, let's talk about not only his pitching performance against Oklahoma going 3 2/3. The last weekend, Auburn series 2 2/3. The Florida series 3 1/3. So not only going 1 or 2 innings, but piecing it together multiple innings.
Pierce Dutton. Samford trying to climb back in this game. Again, trying to avoid a run rule loss down to their final 5 outs. With the Charge trying to cut this to at least a 9-run deficit to keep the game going.
That fastball's got some serious run on that one. It's just when you know you're, even when it's not a strike, it's 1 ball off, and that's where Lehman's fastball is.
Line to LeBron. Justin makes the play at second. The double play closes out the inning. Justin LeBron doing it all at shortstop for the tie.
Just a line drive by Dutton. Sometimes the wrong place, the wrong time. But Alabama able to get out of that mini threat to keep it 12-2.
Crimson Tide pumping it up with 4 in the first, 4 in the third, 4 more a moment ago in the fifth to build up a 12-2 lead against the Samford Bulldogs. Chance to add on the lead coming up here as this offense, the odd number innings, they certainly love it with those 12 runs. Only 1 hit, no runs to show for the even innings. So do you think that trend continues, David, here to the 6th?
Hey, why not? But yeah, first, third, and fifth inning, and it's not only hits, but extra base hits. And that's what Alabama's really done to separate themselves from the pack. And when you can put up crooked numbers, it's really deflating to the other side. And Alabama's taking advantage of the errors today against Samford.
Alex Gato will be on the mound for Samford, and what will be only his 2nd appearance this season. Junior out of Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Senior out of New Mexico, 6'4", 210. Last appearance in early February, so getting an opportunity here.
He's facing Jason Torres to begin this inning. Torres, a triple last time up. 2 singles before that. Again, we thought it was a home run, but no replay review. It's just a triple. Jason Torres, but a 3-hit game, driving in a pair of runs at the center of everything for Alabama tonight. The 1-1. Going into center, hustling is Dutton, and on the run, he'll make the catch.
Very good jump by Dutton out in center field, but Jason Torres has just barreled up the ball every at bat tonight. Very good night for him. From an average perspective, extra bases, and also hitting with runners in scoring position.
John Lim, the catcher. Oh for 3 tonight. He, along with Brady Neal and Brendan Holtz, only men who did not have a base hit in the starting 9 for Alabama. He'll pick up a hit right here, punching it against the shift into left field. John Lim's aboard with 1 out for Alabama.
Yeah, sometimes you got to hit it where they ain't. Johnny Lim gets his first hit tonight. I'm going to venture to say that ball gets to the 6 hole, Roger, regardless of the traditional defensive placement.
Eric Hines next to the plate against Gato. All the way to the backstop. Extra 90 for John Lim to scoring position. Wild pitch by Gato. Eric Hines high and deep to right field. Souders all the way back, but that's to the bullpen. Eric Hines punches out the home run. It's the Crimson Tide in front, 14-2. We know he's got strength to left field. How about David to right center?
Roger, Eric Hines clobbered that one. Going the opposite field. Fastball up in the zone, away. 103 exit speed. Close to the right field Rangers to get them hyped up. And puts the Tide up 14-2.
Caught by the Samford bullpen catcher. Special delivery from Eric Hines as he gets the disco helmet, celebrating his 2nd Crimson Tide home run. Celebration with the disco helmet, known for that 2023 team. Jim Jarvis is the one that originally wanted that to be part of Alabama baseball tradition. It has made a comeback and has really roared back tonight with all the home runs we've seen. As Andrew Purdy will get an opportunity for the Crimson Tide, another outstanding freshman on this Alabama roster.
How about the freshman tonight, though? Eric Hines, you just saw on display. Kroberger getting in on the action with his first hit and home run.
Purdy stings the ball to center, but a good catch by Dutton. 2 gone.
And Kroberger making his way up to the plate. Make sure that there's no pitch clock violation. That is the only thing that he has really not done very well tonight.
And he still worked a walk, even down a strike as he stepped in. But great eye contact, Kroberger, with 2 gone and the first pitch by Gato.
Hasn't been a night in paradise for Kroberger.
Showing bunt, pulling back. On 2 balls and a strike against Kroberger, rated as the top prep baseball player in the state of New Jersey when he signed with the Alabama Crimson Tide. Rob Vaughn, a lot of experience. Coach Vaughn at Maryland as an assistant and a head coach, kind of built some of his rosters with the Terps with players from the state of New Jersey, and he just likes guys from that state. The grittiness they bring to the yard kind of fits right in with the principles that he has of toughness, ownership, and grit. Works the walk. Kroberger on base every single time.
And this is a game that's gotten out of hand tonight on a Tuesday, but Kroberger, we talked about making his second spot start. Hasn't started and really played since the North Florida series and taken full advantage of it. You just never know, Roger, when you're going to get your name called. If you're not ready, you may not get your opportunity again. I promise you, Kroberger is going to get his name called a whole lot more down this stretch.
Coach David's going to make a pitching change for Samford as the Bulldogs will go back to the bullpen. Andrew Arnold, the lefty, will be the next man up. Right now our score 14-2, Alabama over Samford in the bottom of the 6th. Alabama has scored in an even-numbered inning thanks to Eric Hines with a 2-run home run, his second home run as it traveled 379 feet going into the bullpen for the Samford Bulldogs. Hard contact every time we've seen Hines, and that's continued in batting practice, even going back to some fall baseball for Alabama. Just has needed an opportunity to play, and he has made the most of it, David.
Yeah, he really has. The young freshman. Right down the road, Tuscaloosa American Christian Academy. Coach Rob Vaughn talked about how getting in the fall, it was tough sledding for Eric Hines, but he continued to improve each and every day, getting his opportunities, putting together some good at-bats early in non-conference, but good batting practice. And I think that's what you have to bring. You talk about gritty, Roger. Sometimes this gritty means coming, bringing it to the plate, bringing it to the box every single day, even in practice and in a midweek game. And it's making Coach Rob Vaughn's job really hard filling out a lineup right now.
Andrew Arnold next on the mound for the Samford Bulldogs, a lefty who's only thrown 3 games this season, but another guy that Coach David wanted to get some work in tonight as Samford continues to prepare for what's coming up, some very important SoCon games starting this weekend against VMI.
Yeah, and it's, again, Coach David talked about this. Don't care what the score is. you get your opportunity with the ball on the mound. You just never know. You have a good outing, puts you in the weekend opportunity in the bullpen. They face a really good team in VMI this weekend.
First pitch over the plate to JoJo Williamson, serving as the pinch hitter for the Crimson Tide. Sophomore from Hartselle, slowed a bit by injury to begin the year, but getting an opportunity here. It'll be his 4th at-bat of the season. Came off the bench late against Kentucky. Back on the opening weekend of SEC play to really get his first extended look for the Crimson Tide. Lays off. 2 balls and a strike.
Nothing harder in all of sports. Sitting for about 2.5 hours and then getting your name called, and then a left-handed pitcher coming in with 2 sweeping sliders.
Williamson now in front 3-1. That Kentucky series, came off the bench twice in the final 2 games of that series, and then also started the next game against South Alabama. Final loss before the Crimson Tide would go on 9-game winning streak that came to a close this past week against Oklahoma. Strike there on Williamson. He was the starting second baseman in that game against South Al.
Sophomore out of another high school Alabama school in Hartselle, joined by Coleman Mizell and Peyton Steele.
JoJo draws the walk. Speaking of Peyton Steele, Samford does not like seeing him in the late innings, as he'll serve as a pinch hitter for Bryce Fowler. Steele had the go-ahead home run against the Bulldogs back on February 17th. That was the difference for the Crimson Tide in the 8th inning, winning 3-2. His only home run this season, as he started the year as the everyday right fielder for Alabama before the Crimson Tide started to change things early in SEC play, moving Brady Neal out to right.
Thing with Peyton Steele, though, I mean, played an elite defense, very, very good arm. I think that's more along the lines of Brady Neal had to get some more opportunities, and just getting the way that Johnny Lim and Brady Neal are hitting, just one guy had to be one man out.
Fastball over the plate for a strike, 1-2.
But still, nonetheless, we talked about the opportunities for Peyton Steele. It's a guy that's can be a regular starter. Just has to eliminate the strikeouts. I can promise you, he's going to be a guy moving down the line that Alabama's going to rely upon. It's a really good right-handed bat when he can get confident in the box.
Earlier this season against Samford, it was Peyton Steele with a go-ahead home run in the 8th inning. That would be the difference for Alabama's victory against the Bulldogs.
You can see in that scoreboard, Samford leading late, Peyton Steele breaking the Bulldogs' hearts.
Two on with 2 outs. Peyton Steele cranks it high to center. Dutton can't make the catch. 2-run score. Peyton Steele keeps doing damage against the Bulldogs.
Colton Steele working the count, gets a fastball, center cut, and sends it to the deepest part of the park. Very loud contact. Very good to see him get that type of at bat together. Man, Dutton almost made a tremendous play, had it in the glove, just could not finish the catch running into the wall.
2-run double for Steele, and we will see a new Bulldog on the mound as Arnold heads out after facing 2 batters. Crimson Tide 16-2. Crimson Tide in front 16-2 over Samford. It's 4 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's been nothing but 4-run innings for Alabama at the plate outside of the 2nd and the 4th, as the Bulldogs do have a new pitcher on the mound. And Druckenmiller, Drew Druckenmiller, the senior right-hander for Samford University, trying to get what'll be the final out in the bottom of the 6th inning as Alabama's built up that run rule margin of now 14 runs in this game.
Yeah, the senior out of Mobile, 6'3", 210, making his 10th appearance. Pretty good K to walk ratio, 21-10. But just trying to get out of this inning for the Bulldogs.
Up to Faith Academy, time at Jones College, and then 1 year at Southern Miss before joining the Bulldogs last year. So Alabama really breaking it open 16-2 here in this bottom of the 6th inning. Looking to run rule Samford, and then Alabama getting to stay at home this weekend in SEC play. Next up, the Arkansas Razorbacks.
A top 25 matchup. Arkansas coming in ranked 22, coming off a tough weekend at home, dropping the series against the Auburn Tigers. But I promise you, the Razorbacks, coached by Dave Van Horn, will be ready to go, and it'll be a very exciting weekend here at the Joe.
Justin LeBron. RBI single last time up. It's been a 2-hit game for the Tide shortstop. Check swing, a ball high and tight. 1-0 to LeBron.
Alabama 16 runs, 13 hits, but the deciding factors with 8 for 16 with runners on and 7 for 14 runners in scoring position. You're going to win a lot of games when you're hitting like that. So good to see for Alabama. And really collectively, Roger, tonight. A lot of different players getting in on the action.
Druckenmiller working in the strike, makes it 2 balls and a strike to Justin LeBron. Right up the middle, but Samford played it well with Card pulled over. The second baseman throws out LeBron to close out another 4-run inning, the 4th of the game for Alabama. So it's a 16-2 lead as we roll to the 7th. On campus, beautiful Tuscaloosa, Alabama on what is just a perfect spring night. Crimson Tide up 16-2 on Samford as Anthony Pacey is on the mound for the Crimson Tide. Hoping to get the final 3 outs in this game early in a run rule victory. The Crimson Tide up by 14 as we start play here in the 7th.
Getting another opportunity. His last appearance was at South Alabama, but Anthony Pacey, the sophomore, 6'4", 210, out of Commerce Township. 5th appearance, limited role, but another opportunity for him to build his bullpen resume for future opportunities. It's going to be a fastball that sits in the low 90s, slider and changeup.
Pacey ready to go as he will be taking on a pinch hitter at the plate in Charlie Bozeman. Completely new look for Alabama defensively as well as we're in this inning. I'll tell you who the new guys are in the different spots as the plays happen. So otherwise our graphics team, Thomas Wade, would be busy for the rest of the night. Here is Bozeman getting his opportunity against Pacey. A late swing on the breaking ball. Bozeman 3 for 20 at the plate this year. Of Knoxville, Tennessee, from baseball powerhouse Farragut High School. The 1-2. Pacey did not get the strike call. Now full count, 3-2. First game he's appeared in since that game on St. Patrick's Day 2 weeks ago against, 3 weeks ago now, against South Alabama. Leadoff walk to Bozeman starts the 7th.
Pacey trying to find the strike zone. Talked about limited opportunities. Even in a score like this, see a lot of different faces out there defensively and on the mound. And guys like Kroberger, Eric Hines getting in on the action and taking advantage. Those small opportunities, you just never know when your time's going to get called.
Hayden Perry getting his name called. Senior out of Jacksonville, Florida. 4 for 17 at the plate this year with a home run. 3 runs driven in. In there for a strike.
Commanding the fastball right there. Getting back in the advantage count for Pacey.
Got him swinging. A wipeout pitch by Anthony Pacey.
Yeah, you can see that's just a wipe away slider just to see if Perry would bite, and he did.
Alabama trying to keep it going at home. 17 straight, longest active streak in D1 baseball. We've talked a lot, David. Midweeks can mean a lot for momentum, one way or another.
Yes, it goes one way or another. And Alabama, we talked about last year, was flawless in the midweeks. They've done a really good job and obviously protecting the house. 17 wins is really good, and a lot of those have come in SEC play. They're going to need to keep that going against the Arkansas Razorbacks coming to town.
Elms, a freshman from Hartselle, looking for his first collegiate hit.
Number 19, Kason Hill on deck to pinch hit as well. 19 Hill scheduled to pinch hit for McDonald.
Samford emptying their dugout too. Get some other guys some opportunities.
Elms crushing it high into left field. There's Taylor for the Crimson Tide. He'll make the catch shy of the warning track. That is the second out. Evan Taylor tracking that one down for Alabama in left field. Kason Hill will be the last chance to keep this game going for Samford. For 3 at the plate this season.
Really highlighted the offense tonight for Alabama, but back to the top, JT Blackwood given another strong start. Gets a really good offense in Samford. Now the score just got out of hand where you kind of just beat them down, but at the same time JT Blackwood puts together a strong start and passes it off to Connor Lehman and others to do a tremendous job for Alabama to try to close this down.
Swing and a miss at a good fastball. Now 2-2. Pacey strikes him out looking, and this game is over early. Alabama a run rule 16-2 win against Samford. The winning ways continue at home.
Alabama extends that home win streak to 18 games, and you see longest active streak in D1, protecting the house, and it was led by, as we talked about, JT Blackwood, and then some new faces in the lineup like Eric Hines, Chase Kroberger.
This win also a milestone for the head coach of the Crimson Tide, Rob Vaughn. Win number 100 during his time at the Capstone.
A big win. No bigger win than the one you get right there, and a big hug from his son. 7th coach with 100+ wins in program history. A lot of very good Alabama baseball coaches.
Congratulations, Coach Vaughn. Win number 100 here at Alabama. A lot to celebrate tonight for the Vaughn family as Alabama wins 16-2, the final score. Step aside. When we come back, look forward to being joined by Chase Kroberger after the victory lap for Alabama to the right field Ragers. Alabama winner tonight, 16-2 over Samford. Alabama tonight against Samford. 16-2 is the final score as the Crimson Tide get to celebrate Coach Vaughn's 100th win as the head coach of the University of Alabama. And one of the big reasons why Alabama got this win tonight. Joins us now, Roger Hoover, David Kindred. Pleased to be joined by Alabama freshman Chase Kroberger in the starting lineup tonight. Chase, congratulations on a great game with a couple of runs driven in, a home run as well. Just how'd you feel when you saw the lineup card? Your name's on there. You performed in a huge way tonight against Samford.
You know, I was really excited, and all the boys were excited for me. Bryce came into the locker room and was like, "Cheese, you're starting today." And I was just like, all right, let's go. Let's do it.
All right, Chase, I got to ask you, that first inning, you got the RBI. The guy made a nice diving catch. Thought we were going to get the first hit, but it played out all right for your first hit and first home run. Talk about that, what were the feelings going around the base pass?
You know, I've been thinking about that since I was a little kid, so I was just excited. You know, I probably ran around a little bit too fast. I was getting grilled in the dugout for that, but, I was just enjoying the moment, and I just loved how all the guys were so excited for me and pumped up.
And talk a little bit. Coach Rob Vaughn says a lot about pack mentality, knowing when your opportunity arises. You just, you've stayed working in batting practice. Coach said you put together some really good practices, and you get your name on the lineup card, but it's one thing to get it on the lineup card, but to produce. Talk about the patience that you've had and continue to put in the hard work.
I'm just trying to pour my energy into the other guys when I'm on the bench, and they did the same for me today. So that's really all. Like, energy is really contagious, and in this clubhouse right now, we're doing a great job of that, and there's a lot of confidence. Everyone has confidence in each other.
We can really see that, Chase. We see it as well with Eric Hines. He got to play against Oklahoma to close out that series. He gets a huge home run tonight. What are you seeing out of him and just this entire freshman class? This is one of the most talented classes we've had here at Alabama in recent years from high school.
Yeah, for sure. Eric's a dog, and there's a lot of bullets that you guys haven't really seen yet. So I'm just excited for all the guys to get opportunities, and just, this 25 class or 29 of college class, we're gonna be pretty good.
We can see that. Well, Chase, congratulations on your first career hit, a home run, part of Rob Vaughn's 100th win at Alabama. Go celebrate with your teammates. Thank you again.
Thank you. Have a good one.
So that is Chase Kroberger. Big home run for him tonight as Alabama just had a huge night offensively and on the mound, winning 16-2 against Samford. So for David Kindred and this entire SEC Network crew, Roger Hoover saying so long from Tuscaloosa. Again, the final score this evening, Alabama 16 and Samford 2. Thanks for joining us. This has been a presentation of the SEC Network.